Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than other videos that I do for you. I want to discuss with you the topic of how really difficult it is to immigrate or to come to the States and work. I'm going to talking about how it was in the past, how it's going on now, and how it's going to be in the future. So stay tuned. At the end of this video, you'll be able to learn how to get a free analysis of the visas that I specialize at. And those are the business visas, the investment visas, and talent visas. Let's go. And guys, if you want me to do more videos like this, which are more philosophical and more practical, then smash that like button, comment, do the questions, and also, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel because we're growing really fast. And this is the best channel where you can find the best content regarding the types of visas that my team and I do. So let's go. Okay, Stanislav, why you want to discuss this topic? I want to talk to you more about philosophy of immigration and more specific, how difficult it is now and how difficult it's going to be to immigrate in the future, 2023, 2024, and so on. And I'll be talking to you with over 10 years of experience in American jurisprudence and over 7 years of practicing with my own law firm. So I think I have enough experience to be able to analyze what's been happening in the past, to give you the approximate picture that's going to be in the future. And I gotta tell you, it's very dull. There is nothing good in the future, guys. I can tell you this right now, because with the years, it has been more and more difficult and complicated to come here in the States, because the immigration laws don't really change, but the interpretation of those laws, they change constantly. And they constantly change, not only when it's a Republican administration and when it's a Democrat administration, and we know that Democrats are more lenient towards the immigration. Okay, come everybody, we're going to figure this out. And Republicans are more strict. All right, okay, let's close the borders. Let's have very, very good scrutiny. Let's see who is good, who is not. And these two, they balance each other out. If you want to draft a chart of the difficulty over the time, since the beginning of the 20th century, I can tell you that yes, it has some volatility up and down, but the trend is up. So, and the higher, the more difficult. I want you to understand what exactly is going on so you don't waste your time. The procrastination with immigration to the States is the worst enemy. You don't have another one that's going to be a worse enemy than that, right? So I think this is clear. Why? Again, the law may change, the situation may change, the interpretation of the law may change, the inner policies of USCIS can change. And another factor, the price to immigrate is constantly changing and it never gets cheaper. Let's talk in more details about that. The cost of immigration is going to be much higher this year. Attorneys are going to raise their rates to get the visas, right? If right now the price for, let's say, EB-1A visa is anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000, more or less, then this year it's probably going to go from $12,000 to $25,000, right? And I'm not an expert for the price for other attorneys, but I talk to a lot of my colleagues, the Russian speaking, the English speaking, the Spanish speaking, the French speaking, whatever they are, everybody raised their prices. Everyone, including myself. That's going to be more expensive on the side of attorneys. Another thing, that USCIS is going to raise the government fee for you to pay for your petitions. And they're going to raise them mercilessly, with no mercy. It's not like 20-30%. They can double it, they can triple it. So if right now we are paying $700 for EB-1A with no expedited processing, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a jump to $1,500, just more than twice. You have to take this into consideration. So it's going to be more expensive. Number two, it's going to be more difficult because the further we go, the more evidence the immigration service wants to see. They want to see better evidence with high quality. They come up with new policies, how they review those evidence. And of course, if you're an engineer, if you're a doctor, if you're a space engineer, if you're IT person, cybersecurity expert, it's going to be okay with you. People like you, we get your green cards like this. Just right now, we got about 6 green cards for people from STEM. One guy was a mechatronic, another guy was a welding engineer, the third guy was the space engineer, then there were 2 IT experts, and there was another cybersecurity specialist, right? So I know that the STEM category is going to be good because the States always needs the highly qualified people here. But for all the rest, the business people, the teachers, the athletes, the art people, it's going to be harder. World evolves, it's going to be a lot difficult to show your extraordinary ability, your exceptional ability, to show that you have some project that in the national interest, right? So it's going to be harder and harder. Also, it makes sense to know when you file for your immigrant visa, for EB category. And the best time for that to file is August or September, because that's the end of fiscal year, and USCIS is trying to find not the strongest cases to give the green cards, because they don't want to roll over those green cards to other categories. They want to stay within the same category. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, each EB category has the limit of amount of green cards, the number of green cards to be allocated within a fiscal year, right? So if they have 2,000 green cards to give away in September, they're going to do this, right? So the best time is to be filing there. But in order to file in August or September, at least with my corporation, right? With my processes, with my team, with everything that we have, you have to start in February. End of January, February, or March. The beginning of March, because we have 6 months to prepare your case. And that's how long my contract is. So you need to be very strategic to make it less difficult for yourself and give you more opportunities to get your visa, especially if it's a green card visa. So my point is, if you want to come to the States, be it working visa, be it an immigration visa, whatever that is, start preparing now. Even if if you pass February, March, maybe you're watching this video in June, July, and you cannot enjoy the less risky filing in August and September, it doesn't matter. Still go ahead and do it. Because first of all, you're going to save time and money. And second of all, your case is going to be less complicated than as opposed to a year later. We don't know what's going to be in a year, but we know it's going to be more difficult because that's how we see the evolution of the immigration services. So if you guys are within business categories, within investment categories, in other words, you want to do business in the States, you want to invest in the States, or you're a talented person, you want to continue to grow here in the States. Under this video, there is a bunch of links. Each one is for certain type of visa. The talent visas, the business, the investment visas, EB2 national interest waiver. So find the visa that you think you are suitable for. You can pick a few. It doesn't really matter, right? You can fill out a few applications and answer the questions in those questionnaires. So I can analyze them and give you a free analysis of your case within 48 hours, right? And if I see the potential in your case, then I will invite you to immigration planning, where I build a strategy for your case, which is going to be the initial strategy for your team and myself when we start actually developing case when you hire us. Smash that like button if you guys enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my Instagram, subscribe to my TikTok, because there's a lot of good information over there. I'm Stanislav Shamaev, the lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.